So take a moment to find your comfortable seat this morning. We're going to talk a little bit about Sukha this morning, ease, finding that ease. So seated, cross-legged, if that works for you, or any way that you can find a tall spine, keeping the diaphragm open for breath. This pose is called Sukhasana, easy pose, but not always easy for everyone. So find your pose of ease. Feel free to prop up your knees if you like, sit up on a blanket. Just find a comfortable posture where you can find your breath. And notice if your breath is easeful this morning. Notice if the breath is shallow or deep. Jagged or smooth. Is it easy to take a full breath? Beginning to find some balance here. See if you can match the length of your exhale to the length of your inhale. You can count if that's helpful. Find that ease and that balance, the rhythm of your breath. And if it works for you, you can begin to constrict the back of your throat as you audible breath. Ujjayi breathing. So you can hear yourself breathing softly, not forcefully. Begin to notice the quality of your mind this morning. The mind is still filled with dreams of the night before, or it's running ahead to the day ahead. And see if you can take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, just be present with what is right now. Just you, sitting wherever you're sitting, in the space that you're in, breathing. Noticing any difficulty in breathing or in sitting. And as we move through the practice this morning, we'll see if we can find a little bit more ease. Yoga is one path. It's a very specific 8-limb path to help us find that ease. Sukha. So that throughout our life, throughout our day, throughout our activities, we can keep that sense of ease and balance. We can move from a place of ease and balance. We know when we're overdoing and we pull back, or when we're not doing enough. Right? It's the balance in between. As my teacher says, the sense of contentment, one of the niyamas in the 8-limb path of yoga, and that sense of sukha, and that sense of ease it's a dynamic quality. It's not lying down and being lazy. It's dynamic, living your life according to your dharma. And if you are following a yogic path, living your life following that path of non-harming, of not stealing from yourself or from others, a path of conserving your energy, having integrity, releasing all forms of greed. Path of truth. So keeping those qualities at heart and finding our inner sense of contentment this morning. Blink the eyes open and begin to reach the arms up to the sky. Maybe opening the hands into the lotus flower. Open to receive and exhaling down. Fingers touching the floor. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Inhaling, arms out to the side. Again, open to receive. And as you exhale, let's take a little twist this morning, turning to the left, right hand outside of the thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, maybe find a little more space. Releasing back to center. Inhale, wide open. And exhale to the other side. Left hand outside the right thigh. Fingertips to the back of the floor. Take a deep breath. And exhale it out. And inhale, come back to center. And exhale, give yourself a hug. Right arm over the left, crossing those elbows. Maybe lifting up here and down. Or if you can, it's going to be in my way here. If you can, double cross and lift up in eagle arms. That's fine too. Lifting up, squeeze, 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 and exhale down. Lift up and squeeze, and exhale down. Lift up and squeeze, and exhale down. Maybe pausing here with the thumb at the third eye. If you're wrapping, you can just pause and gaze toward the third eye. Inhale, open wide again. And exhale the other arm on top. Finding those shoulder blades with your fingertips. And then beginning to lift and lower the elbows here. So squeezing, opening up the back body, or you can take eagle arms. Maybe squeezing a little bit more. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And exhale down. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. Make space here between the neck and the shoulders. If you'd like, you can take fingertips to the shoulders, making bigger circles now with your elbows. And other way. Opposite direction. And I like to change and go backwards. I like to end with backwards. Reversing gravity here. Relax the hands back down and notice. Begin to lift your chin as you inhale and lower. Just opening up the neck a little bit here this morning. And then turning head side to side, exhaling to the left. Inhale to center and exhale to the right. Getting a good perspective in the morning of all the directions. Noticing that you are observing the world from your center, but it's not the only perspective. And then turning left one more time. Go ahead, take the right arm out to the right. Turn the palm up and take the thumb back as much as you comfortably can, not straining. Just opening here. Big breath in. Exhale. If you like, you can open the jaw. You stick it out. We'll stretch there for the neck and the jaw. One more deep breath in. And exhale, bring the chin back to center. Let the arm come back down. Notice the sensation down your arm. We'll go to the other side, gently turning the head to the right. Taking the left arm out, turn the palm up. Reaching back with the thumb, only as much as feels comfortable for you. You might, if it's too much, you could also try bending your elbow. Breathe. Exhale, making space. Inhale and as you exhale, stick out your chin. If you want, not required, but no one's watching. A little release of the jaw. One more deep breath. And exhale it out. Let the arm come down. Chin to the chest, lengthen through the neck. Big breath in and out. So from here, we'll go ahead and straighten the legs out. Give those knees a break. I'm going to come down off my blanket. You might keep yours if you tend to round into your back, flexing your toes and your feet. Get that stretch. The backs of the legs. And we'll continue with a little bit of shoulder opening. So inhaling the right arm up. As you exhale, reach towards the left foot and sweep it back. Place that hand down. Inhale the left arm up and sweep it towards the right as you exhale. And then just moving in a continuous motion. Sweeping one hand towards the foot. Does not have to touch or come anywhere near it, but there is a little bit of a forward fold and a little bit of a twist there as we sweep those arms around. Circling the shoulders. And then coming to sit tall. We'll start to bend that right knee back in, bringing the sole of the right foot inside the left thigh and the left hand inside of your left leg. And then spinning the chest open. So imagine that this whole side of your left body is going to come in line with this leg. Return to open. Take the right arm up. Maybe take the hand behind your head. Slowly start to side bend. Breathe. And exhale. Finding space here. Some of you might come further down. But watch that you don't start turning the chest inward. Keep opening up. If you like, you can reach the top arm. If that's too much, keep the hand behind the head, or even take the fingertips to the shoulder and drop the shoulder back and down. Or take the hand behind you. Lots of options. Inhale, coming all the way back up. We'll start to straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee, bring the sole of the left foot inside that thigh. Right hand inside the leg. We're spinning that chest open. So imagine this whole right side in line with the right leg. Maybe take that left hand behind your head and start to lean towards the leg. So you're opening up the left side body, keeping the chest open. Breathe here. You can always take the arm behind you or any of those other places I mentioned, maybe sweeping it over the head, reaching, deeper stretch. Notice what feels right for you. Where's your sukha? Where's your ease in this posture? And gently come all the way back up. We're going to go ahead and transition onto our bellies. So coming all the way down. Finding a sphinx pose onto your forearms. Elbows underneath the shoulders, fingertips pointing straight ahead. Imagine that you're drawing the front of your mat towards you as you inhale and lift and lengthen. Notice any discomfort in your lower back and see if you can find length and ease here. And then don't let your ankles just flap out. Actually draw the outer ankles in. Feel that, how that engages the muscles of your legs, and look forward as you inhale. As you exhale, draw the belly towards the spine. See if you can lift your hips off of the floor. Building a little heat now. Gently come back down. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, draw the belly in with those hips. Maybe you tuck your toes and you come into forearm plank. Also stretching the backs of those legs. Coming down when you're ready. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, draw the belly towards the spine. Tuck the toes, forearm plank if you're up for it. Try not to drop your head down. It's okay to shake, press through the heels, keep the belly drawing upward, lengthen through your neck. When you're feeling the burn and you've had enough, slowly come all the way back down. You can pause for a moment, stacking the hands, resting your head, and breathe. Pausing here to rest. And then we'll go ahead and lift the head back up, extending the arms out, karate chopping the floor, pinkies down. Again, elongating through the legs. As you inhale, lift your left leg and your right arm. Lift and lengthen. And exhale it back down. And then inhaling, lift your left arm and your right leg. Exhale down. Inhale the left leg and the right arm. And exhale down. Inhale right leg, left arm. Exhale down. Continue alternating with your breath. Once more each side. And hold, pause and hold while you're up there. Go ahead and walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press down to the tops of your feet. Inhale into a cobra pose, your first one. And exhale back down. Open for it. Roll those shoulders back and down. Keep the elbows in tight and close to the body. Come up, maybe hold a little longer. Notice sensation here. And exhale back down. We've got one more to go. Making any adjustments that you need to. Press down through those legs. Keep the legs engaged. Inhale. Lift up. Maybe a little higher. Exhale. Draw your belly in. Use the abdominal muscles to come all the way back to a child's pose and rest in child's pose. When you're ready, inhaling to all fours. Hands slightly ahead of the shoulders, spreading those fingers wide, rooting down to the base of the index finger and the thumb. You know where I'm going with this. Tuck your back toes under, lift up into your first downward facing dog of the day. Let's stretch in the backs of the shins and the backs of the legs. Hug your outer muscles of your arms, your tricep muscles in. Back it apart. Use those arm muscles. Don't dump down into your hands. And then from here, inhale, look forward between your thumbs. We're going to step that right foot forward. If you need to come back into table pose, do that. That's fine. Just come into that lunge however you can get there. You can use your blocks if you want. We're going to come right on up. Hands to the front thigh. And then keeping that right hand there, lift up a little bit. Make sure that your knee comes a little behind the ankle this morning. Reach the left arm up. And exhale, and we'll move the hips forward a little bit. So as you come forward in this lunge position, make sure the knee's not going out over the toes. We're going to move back and forth. So pressing down to that right foot, inhale up, and exhale, shift the hips forward. Inhale, lift up. Keep your belly engaged. Exhale, shift forward. One more time. Stay there. Maybe grab that left arm. Take a little side bend. And exhale, come on back down. From here, keep the left hand down, right hand to your thigh. Take a little twist to the right. If you like, you can tuck the back toe under and lift your knee up and reach the arm to the sky. Breathing here. And exhale to come back down. Bring the knee back down, or you can leave it there and step back to downward facing dog. We're going to switch sides. So coming back to table or child's or downward facing dog in between sides. And then looking forward once again, we'll step that left foot forward, right knee down. Find your lunge on the other side. Once you're there, feel free to pad up your knee if you need to. And we'll come up to the left thigh. Allowing that right thigh to open. Making sure your knee is maybe a little behind the ankle because we're going to lift up. So it's behind the ankle. Inhaling the right arm up. As you exhale, we'll shift the hips forward again. The knee's going to come forward, so we don't want it to go over the toe. Inhaling to lift up. Exhaling forward. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling forward. Inhale, lift up. Let's pause here. Take that right wrist. Take a little side bend if you like. An option. And exhale, come all the way back down. We'll come into the lunge first. So right hand down, left to the thigh. You can stay here with the knee down, taking that little twist to the left, or option to tuck the toe, lift the knee, come into this runner's lunge, maybe reaching the left arm up into that full twisted lunge, and breathe. And exhale, come back down. Step your back foot forward this time. Inhale, lift halfway in your forward fold. And exhale to fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. And then this time as you exhale, we'll fold in, bend the knees as much as you need to. Pause here, lengthening through the backs of your legs. Letting your head and neck go, releasing tension there. Then start to bend your knees, sink your hips back, and inhale to rise. As you exhale, hands to your heart. Find your mountain pose, root down through your feet. Draw your belly in, lengthen through your tailbone. Press the inner ankles out and hug the outer ankles in. Feel the muscles of your legs engaged. So we'll go through a couple of half sun salutations. I'm going to offer a variation. So the first time through, let's just do a regular, normal sun salutation. You can be at the top of your mat. I'm just standing back so my head's not cut off. My arms are probably going to get cut off. So inhale the arms up, reach to your fingertips. As you exhale, we'll sweep the arms out and hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold back in. Press down through your feet. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale the hands to the heart. We'll do that a few more times, but I'm going to offer an option. So keeping the arms down and up. Inhale, we'll start the same way. As you exhale, forward fold. Here's where it gets different. As you inhale, you can either lift halfway and lengthen, or you can come into a squat. So bending the knees deeply, come into squat balance. You could even have the arms out. And then exhale, hands down, come back to your forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, come up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to your heart. So I'm going to do that version, but know that you can repeat the first version. Sweeping the arms down and up, inhale. Maybe lift your heels this time. Exhale, heels down, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana or squat balance. Exhale and fold. Move with your breath. Try to make your breath longer than the movement. And then sinking the hips back. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. And you can add that each time we rise, you can lift the heels up if you like for a little more balance. So let's try that 2 more times. Inhaling, lift the arms, maybe lift the heels. Exhale to fold. Heels come down. Inhale to squat balance or Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to fold. Inhale, sink your hips back and rise up. Flat back, lift your heels if you want. Exhale, hand to your heart, just a little extra challenge. 1 more time. Take a breath first. Full breath in, full breath out. And as you're ready, inhale, lift the arms, maybe lift the heels. And exhale to fold. Remember, it's always an option. Inhale, bend your knees if you want into a squat or Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, lift the hips back up. Bend your knees, come up with a flat back. Inhale, maybe reach those heels again. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Breathe. Check in with yourself. Find your Sukha, find your ease. Check in with the mind and the breath. And then from the top of the mat, let's see if you guys can see me. I'll give you a little bit more, better camera angle there. So from the top of your mat, we're going to start to root down through the left foot. Keep your belly muscles engaged. Start to bend your right knee. Come onto the ball of that foot. Arms at your sides. And start to lift that knee up. Find balance here in a stork pose. Keep your belly muscles engaged. Maybe lift the arms. See how that changes things. And then start to step that foot back. And if you didn't quite step far enough, you can take another step. We're going to come into a high lunge. Breathe here. Exhale, hands to your hips. Step the back foot in a little bit now so the heel can come down, hips are forward. We're going to come to warrior 1. So inhale, take the arms into cactus today. Breathe here, lift the heart. And exhale and close. Moving with the breath, inhale to open. And exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale and open. Maybe bending that knee a little bit deeper. Reach the arms up this time. Pausing in your warrior 1. And exhale, hands to your heart. Straighten the front leg. Shorten the stance. So step the back foot in. Hands behind you. Grab what you have. Inhale to lift your heart. And exhale, hinge forward into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Breathing here. Keeping the hips even, facing forward. Drawing the left hip back and the right hip forward to do that. Lengthen through your spine. Shoulders are at an even height. We're not twisting. And inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release the arms. Take a little bend to the front leg and just step forward and notice the difference in sides. When you're ready, we're going to start to root down through that right foot. Rooting down, drawing the belly in, start to bend your left knee. So you're on the ball of the foot or the toes. And then start to lift that leg up. Find your balance. Steady yourself. Find that steadiness and ease. Maybe reaching the arms up. As you exhale, see if you can step it back. So some of you might be a little bit, right? If we're a little hesitant, and then again, and find your lunge. So you want the front knee in line with your ankle. If it's over the foot, you got to step back more. Hips are forward. Inhale the arms to rise. Exhale the hands to your hips, step the back foot in, heel down. We're still encouraging the hips forward. We'll open into cactus arms, warrior one. Breathe. Exhale and close. Inhale to open. Exhale and close. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. Inhale, open one last time. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Arms come down, grabbing the forearms. Shorten the stance a bit. Step the back foot in a little. Breathe in here, opening the heart. Exhaling, hinging forward. Draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Pausing here. Find length in your spine. Breathe. Maybe as you exhale, you find more length, more space to come down. Maybe not. Be mindful not to lock out your front knee. And then inhaling, come all the way back up. Exhale, release your arms, step the back foot forward. Shimmy it out, shake those knees. Maybe shake the arms too. Maybe even shake out the feet. And breathe. So from here, come and take a wide leg stance on your mat. We'll come to find our 5-pointed star. Inhaling here. Find that length across the front body. As you exhale, start to turn your left toes out and your right toes in. You might have to take that left foot over to the left a little bit, scoot it over so that we've got our feet still like hip width apart. We're going to start to bend the front knee, but now the right hip is open. We're going to find our warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. So taking the arms out, breathe. Maybe you can find a little more openness in that back foot, but be mindful that the left knee is not going inward, leaning inward. Find your steadiness and ease here. And then we'll take a little reverse warrior stretch. Inhale the left arm up over your ear. Breathe. Exhale, come back to warrior two. We'll take the forearm to the front thigh. Missed a couple letters there. Sweep that right arm over your ear and find side angle pose. Any version that you like. You can take this lifted version. You could bring one hand on the hip or behind you and open up through the chest. Maybe taking the left hand down to the floor or reaching the right arm up. So find this version that suits you this morning. And breathe. Make sure you're not holding the breath. I'm going to come back up to the forearm, the elbow under the shoulder. So be in whatever version suits you, but in a moment, we're going to take both hands down to the floor inside of the left foot. So breathing here. If you're lifted up on your elbow, you're going to go ahead and drop the right hand, the left hand down, turn the back heel up and look forward. We're in a lizard pose. Switching the front of that back leg, maybe taking the left foot even more to the left. And always bring the right knee down. Maybe even walk the hands over to the right. Yeah, my microphone does not like this pose. Nothing here to open the hip. And then coming all the way back. Tucking that back toe under. We're going to step the left leg back into a downward facing dog. Breathe. And then simply walk the hands to the feet or the feet to the hands. Come back to your mountain pose. And we'll step the feet wide again. So we're going to start over from our wide leg stance. Breathe. No fancy transition here today. And as you're ready, we're going to take the right toes out and the left toes in, maybe taking that foot a little more to the right, bending the front knee, and starting to find Virabhadrasana 2. So reaching those arms out, drawing the belly inward, reach through your fingertips, and exhale. Sliding the left arm down the back leg, reach the right arm over your ear, making space here, stretching through the right side of the body before we go into side angle. So we'll exhale back to warrior 2, and then forearm to the front thigh, spinning the chest open just like we did on the floor before, and sweeping that left arm over your ear. And maybe taking the arm behind you if you like that version, or the hand to the floor and the left arm up. Any version. You can even take a half bind here if you like, or a full one. Breathe. Keeping in mind that this is a gentle class, gentle morning yoga. Letting that side body open. And then we're all going to head into lizard pose. So we're going to take that right hand down to the floor, left hand down, the left heel spins up, coming into this wide lunge. So maybe even taking the right foot over to the right a little bit more if you need to. You can bring the left knee down if you like, that version, or you can keep it up. Whatever works for you. Maybe walking the hands to the left and playing with that. I'm just opening up that right hip. Breathe into it. And when you're ready, step that right foot back into downward facing dog. Breathe. So from here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. And if this is not the posture for you, you can always do it on your back. I'll demo that in just a minute. But from downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, look forward. We're going to step that left knee forward first. So try to reach your left knee to your left wrist and then walk the right leg back, coming into this lifted pigeon pose. You want to make sure that you're not dumping down into your hip, or that the one hip is not higher than the other in this posture. You can always place a block under the hip if you need to. If you tend to dump down into that side, stay lifted here. Some people, the knee might be further in. The left, let me face you on this one. The left heel is kind of in line with the groin. Some people can bring the shin bone parallel to the front of the mat. I'm not one of those people. So if you aren't one of those people, you're not alone. Be mindful of the angle of the flexion of the knee. So if it's too much, what you're going to do instead is just come onto your back and straighten that left leg, bring the left heel just above the right knee, and you're going to come into the pigeon pose on your back. So drawing the right thigh towards you. You can always come into this version. Same basic stretch. We're stretching the left hip here. So please take the version that's right for you. We haven't done this version of pigeon in a while, and so I just wanted to experiment with it. True pigeon pose is lifted. We're going to go ahead and come down onto our bellies this morning. And rest here for a moment. Allow the hip to open. And then gently come all the way back up. We're going to tuck the back toe, lift up, step back to downward facing dog. Sometimes I like to pedal it out between sides. As you're ready, bring that right knee towards your right wrist. And then you start to step that left foot back so that the right heel is pretty much in line with your groin. Keeping the toes flexed, protecting your ankle. Feel in for the knee and the hip. Notice if this is too much and you have the option of doing this side on your back as well. Whatever way you did the first side, try the other side, unless you've got an injury on one side and you have to take the other version. Breathing here, settling in, letting the muscles release. And then bringing the arms forward. Any amount. Maybe you want to stack your hands. You could also grab a block. I'm not going to because mine are out of my arm's reach, but you could place your head on a block. Just thinking about how a pigeon stands. And then coming all the way back up, tucking that back toe, stepping back. Let's pedal the feet one more time and lift those hips high, sink the heels back. A good stretch around the muscles of the knees and the backs of the legs. And then walking your feet forward. Come on down to your mat. We're going to come to lie on our backs. Yeah. So take a moment to pause here and settle in. The knees are hip width apart. The feet are also hip width apart, and the ankles and underneath of the knees. So not way out here. Walk the feet in. We're going to do a bridge pose this morning. So rooting down through those feet. As you inhale, start to press down to the feet and lift the hips, lift the spine. First one, maybe it's just a baby one. And then slowly lower back down till the hips hit the floor. Hopefully reach the floor. They don't have to hit the floor. And then rooting down through your feet, start to lift those hips, lift the spine, reach the arms. Slowly roll the spine down till the hips rest, bring the arms down. Let's try that version again, rooting down through your feet. Inhale, lift your hip, lift your spine, maybe reach your arms. Engaging those quadriceps. Slowly roll down, roll down, roll down. Arms come down. Got one more. We're going to hold this one. So leave the arms down this time. Root down through your feet. As you inhale, lift your hips. Walk those hands underneath, shoulders underneath. Find your bridge pose. You can clasp the hands. If that doesn't work for you, you can leave the arms out. Maybe turn the palms up. Keep those legs working. Feel it in the quad. Can you root down through your feet a little bit more? And then gently, 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 slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Let the knees fall in. Feet can be as wide as the mat. Breathe here. Walking feet back in. Go ahead and straighten your right leg and hug your left knee in. Squeeze. Releasing the lower back. You can even bounce it a little bit if you like. Reach the right foot away from you, flexing that feet as if you were pressing that foot rather into a wall. And then straighten the left leg. Maybe reach both arms overhead. Exhale and hug the right knee in. Reach the left leg away, flex the foot, pressing it into the wall. Give a good squeeze to the right knee. And release it down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, draw both knees in. Give yourself a little rocking here. Imagine lengthening as you rock each side of the back. So you have a nice long spine. And then go ahead and circle your knees. Flexing the foot. And go ahead and bring both feet down and we'll prepare for Shavasana. So straightening your legs, finding that comfortable position of rest. If this is not comfortable, if there's any discomfort in your lower back, you could take a roll blanket under your knees, or you can keep the knees bent and let the knees fall together with the feet as wide as the mat so they've got space to just kind of fall in. Hands on the belly or out to the sides. And take a few breaths to settle in. So come back to some nice deep breaths, inhaling through your belly, then exhaling and releasing, letting go. Coming to the end of your physical practice for the day. Breathing in, feel the breath in the whole body. And as you exhale, let go, release to the whole body. Feel all the points of contact between the body and the floor. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, let those points get heavier and just sink on in. Sink in. Notice any discomfort in the body. And imagine you can breathe there. You can breathe ease into the discomfort. Inhaling, creating space, and exhaling and releasing. Letting go of tension and holding patterns. Sense the breath in your nose, coming and going, giving you life. Sense the breath in the chest and the heart. Sense the heart beating with the breath. Pumping that oxygen-rich blood through your body. Sense the breath in the belly brain. Creating ease here in the digestive system. Massaging all the internal organs. Take several more breaths, just feeling the breath in the whole body. Breathing ease through the whole body. And begin to find the edges of the body with your mind, noticing where your body ends and the space around it begins. And breathing out to those very edges, begin to bring movement back into your body, stretching your fingers and your toes. Gently start to reach out, taking a bigger stretch, maybe gently taking your neck side to side. Maybe taking a yawn or two. And as you feel ready, start to roll over to one side and pause there. Feeling completely grounded and supported by the earth. As you feel ready, gently start to walk yourself back up to seated. Finding a comfortable seat, maybe using a blanket or meditation cushion to sit upon. And we'll take a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing, just clearing out any residual fog from the mind this morning before we end the practice. So we'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril and the right ring finger to close the left nostril. The index finger and the middle finger can just rest on the forehead, or you can tuck them in, whatever works for you. I'm going to rest them on my forehead. Left hand can just be placed down on your left thigh. If you like, you can take chin mudra and tuck the fingers in and just touch the index finger to the thumb. So closing the right nostril, inhale through the left. Close the left, hold at the top, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right and exhale through the left. That's one round. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale to the left. 3 more rounds at your own pace. When you take your last breath, release the right hand down, both hands in Chin Mudra. Inhale through both nostrils and exhale it out. Take another breath like that. Notice if anything has shifted or changed in your body, your mind, or your breath. Notice if there's a sense of sukha or ease here as we finish our practice. And take a mental note to carry that ease with you into your day today. Bringing the hands in front of the heart, touching right to left, balancing both sides, finding that sense of balance within. Inhale, lifting your heart into your hands, and exhale, bowing the mind to the heart. Take a moment to honor yourself for taking this time for self-care and practice. Ardent practice is one of the niyamas we're practicing right now. And the practice serve you well, bring you peace and ease. Namaste.